We'll hear a short retelling of the movie Pretty Woman for the whole head. Enjoy watching. Insecure girl Renee came to the gym. The pot-bellied modest guy is uncomfortable. Everyone around is fit and shapely. She barely climbed onto an exercise bike, which immediately broke under her weight. The result of the training was torn leggings and a broken crotch. At home, Renee learns to do a fashionable hairstyle from a lesson on YouTube, but nothing comes out. The store tells her that they have only standard sizes on sale, and Renee may find something for herself in online stores. Looking at her face, even babies cry. Renee herself hates her body. The girl works for the cosmetics company Lily Leckler, but her workplace is located in the server room, next to the programmer Mason. I had sex yesterday. Oh, cool. With myself.
Never mind.
Girlfriends are happy that Renee can steal cosmetics from work. They persuade her to go on a triple date and convince her that different guys like different girls. And our heroine does not know what to do with her photo in social networks. You choose a better pose, throw a couple of filters, and then on a date, you see disappointment in your eyes, and you take a picture as it is, so no one will write. As a result, having swelled up, the girlfriends made a joint photo for the site. Servers went down at work, and now Renee needs to personally take a report to her boss, Avery Leckler. But Renee worries that she looks too Palakovsky to appear before the head of the company. Everyone at headquarters is so young, fashionable, and beautiful. It turned out that an employee was required to work at the reception, and Renee caught fire with this opportunity. Among the executives are Lily Leckler, Avery's grandmother, and the founder of the company. She wants them to produce affordable cosmetics for a wide range of customers, not just luxury. In the evening, Renee studies the vacancy, and after reading the line "Your face is the face of the whole company," she immediately closed the laptop, giving up the fight for her dream job. In the cosmetics store, she ran into Mallory, a girl from the gym, and she asked how her crotch was. Some dude immediately started hitting on her. Renee is delighted. No one has ever tried to pick her up like this in an ordinary place. She always wondered what it was like to feel truly irresistible. It's a pity, no cosmetics will help her in this. In the evening, Renee watches the movie Big with Tom Hanks, the moment when the kid just wished to become an adult. She went outside and, standing in the rain, threw a coin into the fountain, wishing to become beautiful. In the morning, Renee came back to the gym and tightened the saddle to the exercise bike. A coach entered the gym and motivated the blonde to pedal at full power. She was so upset that she fell off the simulator and hit her head several times. Renee came to her senses in the toilet and looks in surprise at her plump hands and then on her thigh, and for some reason declares that her abs are like a stone. And what kind of beauty is looking at her and the mirror? Is it really her? Renee is sure that she has completely transformed.
My God, do you see this? Yes.
Had her dream come true? What a chest, what an ass. Renee went out into the street already a different person. She suddenly began to hold the door, and passers-by whistled, though she only thinks so. But most importantly, she came to Lily Leckler and said she wanted to work at the reception. At the bar, Renee gagged her friends so that they wouldn't scream in surprise when they saw her. "It's me, Renee," the blonde enthusiastically declares, and shows herself from all sides. Well, a friend has friends, and they agreed that Renee looks great, and in general she's doing great. However, they still can't figure out what's going on. In the queue at the dry cleaners, the blonde had a conversation with one bearded man. The man asked what her number was, but the self-confident girl decided that he needed her phone number. As a result, she practically forced the bearded man to exchange numbers. Oh, it didn't work out to clean the red vomit stain. What was that? There were pieces in it, you know. The friends decided to check their account on a dating site, and no one even visited it during this time. "It's all because of me," says Renee. "I dragged everyone to the bottom." You need to take a photo with her updated. Renee came for an interview. It will be conducted with Financial Director Helen Gray and CEO Avery Leckler. Helen immediately says that Renee is not very suitable for them, but she blurts out that she could work as a model. But there is no better place for her than this office, and she convinced the business ladies to give her such an opportunity. She informed Mason about her transfer in the wrong place. "And you really should leave. I wouldn't want you to hear that splash. Please go away." With a confident gait, in a pink skirt and jacket, Renee came to the coveted place of work. But when the first client saw the new receptionist, she thought that she had got somewhere wrong. But the girl is friendly and very diligent. When Renee first saw Grant Leckler, Avery's brother, she caught her breath and lost her speech. After a little chat with the blonde, Grant was pleased with her appointment. However, during the presentation of blush, she knocked down the novelty and it fell to the floor. Renee was surprised that the brush did not go to them. Avery decided to listen to a girl from the people, how she sees their products from the new diffuse line. And in her opinion, there should be a brush and blush for $8.50. After returning home and appreciating her excellent appearance, Renee called Ethan from the dry cleaners. Maybe she's too good for him, but she decided to call first. "Excuse me, but who is this?" Ethan answered her. "But I went on a date anyway." "Oh, that was my hot dog. You ate both of them." Renee saw that a bikini contest was being held in the bar and ran inside. Ethan didn't even realize right away that she wasn't going to watch, but to participate. Renee bared her belly and rolled up her sleeves.
Are you worried that all these guys are going to drool on me? I'll win.
God help me. The shapely girls come on stage one by one to the applause. When Renee came out, the hall quieted down, and the presenter decided that the girl had come to help the bartender. But she entertains the crowd perfectly, and began her performance with an incendiary dance. Well, just Shakira, only with a cousin. Well, the blonde finished by pouring water on herself from jugs. In the end, however, the contest was won by Lacey from New Jersey, the godchild of the presenter. He sat down with Ethan, and says that his girl is just a miracle. The winning girl is certainly prettier, but let's say he had a flat tire in the middle of the night. Who would he like to see next to him at this moment? And she will stand up for herself in a stabbing. Sweaty Renee is pretty how everything went, because they give 2 drinks and a snack for participation. And she is not worried about the competition. Of course, she was sued. She was already standing here. Isn't that mine? Avery came over again to ask Renee's opinion about cosmetics. During the conversation, it turned out that such an ideal Avery is also dissatisfied with herself. Her voice is squeaky, and she is also constantly stupid. Avery took Renee's hand and invited her to dinner. She can take a guy with her, or a girl, if she has one, of course. Renee has met Ethan, who has just finished Zumba dance training, and is laughing at him. It's so girly. Maybe he's actually a pickup truck, but the bearded man just doesn't like all this machismo, and it's easier for him with ladies. In the park where the couple was sitting, the zombists were just training.
You're a real man that.
Ethan compliments Renee. He likes that the girl accepts herself as she is and does not look for negative qualities in herself. According to Renee, Ethan is the same, he is honest with himself, and the couple kissed. That evening, they made love, with Renee constantly looking in the mirror. It turned out that the dinner was in the Leclerc family circle. Avery invited Renee to approve her plan for the diffuse line. Lily also believes that Renee's presence is necessary, since her granddaughter does not have the life experience to understand what such customers need. Renee is invited to Boston for a presentation. Our heroine invited her friends to an Asian restaurant. They were supposed to be taken to the VIP lounge, but the administrator froze off. They say they don't have such a thing. However, other girls of model appearance were still taken there, and Renee runs into her friends, saying they didn't wear heels and somehow don't look like that. And those, in principle, don't care, they came here to eat. Renee saw a colleague from work and made an agreement with her. However, only she can go to the VIP room, and Renee just threw her friends. In a strange way, the girl began to behave with clients, ignoring those who do not look like a top model. It's time for a group date. Jane, according to Renee, looks so-so. Oh well. Vivian started talking about knitting. Oh my god, it sucks. And Renee decided to take the date into her own hands to help her hopelessly boring friends. On the plane, Avery took a sedative and left ahead of time. She's going to promote Renee and make her vice president of the diffuse line. Grant also jumped on the plane. In a luxury hotel room, Renee is preparing for a performance. Suddenly Grant came to her to call from her and make an order. It turned out that they were neighbors. The major flirts and falls on Renee's bed. She, according to him, blinded his whole family. They were almost kissing when a message came from Ethan. I have diarrhea, Renee blurted out, coming to her senses, and drove Grant away. After talking to herself for a while in the shower, Renee banged her head against the door and lost consciousness. After recovering, the girl went down to the hall, and there met Mason, who is responsible for the technical part of the presentation. Renee was surprised that the man recognized her. She looked in the mirror, and saw her old self, which means all the magic was gone. Renee can't seem like this, and asks to hand over all the papers to Avery. The girl just got on the plane and returned to her home. Avery left her a voice message. She didn't manage to perform as well as Renee could, and asks her to come back for the next performance. And then, Ethan called by video link. Renee hid from him under the table, and invents a bunch of reasons why a man should not come to her. Renee now spends all day drinking and behaving randomly. In her opinion, she is now treated much worse. In a crumpled state, she fell in with her friends, but they were not alone.
It's a threesome. Hello, gangbangers.
Don't call them that. Couples are going on a quest, and they don't want to take Renee with them, so that she offends them today. Well, the blonde herself is sure that all because she is no longer a beauty. But her friends loved her, because she was funny and kind, and never understood why she was always fixated on beauty. Ethan asked a girl out on a date. Renee came, but the force is nearby, confident that Ethan will not recognize her. The bearded man does not understand what is the matter, and waves his hand at her. Renee writes to him that she is stuck at work. Ethan took it as love games, and sat down with Renee to sort of get to know a stranger, and offered her a drink. But Renee froze and changed her voice.
No, come on, it's not worth it.
Well, what's wrong? Let's sit in the rain. Ethan tells how lucky he is to have his wonderful girlfriend. Renee got nervous and ran out of the bar. She immediately called Ethan, saying that she would be late at work today, and then broke off her relationship with him, saying that she was not who Ethan thought she was. The next day, Renee came to the gym to recreate the magic, and repeating all her actions, as at that time, Renee pedaled with all her might, but nothing happened. After class, she met with Mallory again, and she complains that her boyfriend left her. Renee can't believe her ears. How is this possible? She has a thicker skeleton than all the Mallorys. It's impossible to leave such a beauty. But it turned out that the girl also has problems with self-esteem. After talking and calming down, Mallory announced that she was going to the casting to Lily Leckler to try to become the face of a new diffuse line. Renee realized that this was a big mistake on Avery's part, because the company needs a face that will be similar to their future customers. And it may well be her. On the same day, the girl apologized to her friends. Renee got into the presentation party together with an IT specialist. Avery addressed the guests in her hoarse voice, for some reason mentioning that their brand was founded in the 1200th year of our era. This cool speech was cut short by Mason. Renee wanted to appear spectacularly in front of everyone, but she couldn't break through a solid canvas. Perhaps the guests know her as glamorous perfection, but this is not her. Here's the real Renee. What's the joke? A voice is heard from the crowd. Renee turned around, and finally saw herself the same, in two photos. There was no magic. She achieved everything by herself. The girl argues that because of complexes, a person loses faith in himself. It is important to preserve your childhood directly, in order to be real. And this line of cosmetics is for every woman who is ready to believe in herself. The presentation was successful. It was strange, but effective to tell her Avery, and advise her a full-time psychologist. It's time to apologize to Ethan. The girl does not know that he has a video intercom, and is swinging in his nose. Ethan immediately ran out, and helped her get rid of the booger, and then kissed her.